Good morning, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I've got this gorgeous 1998 Toyota Camry LE for you today, 165,000 miles. And this will be a test drive and driving impression video of this vehicle, where we'll be getting this vehicle on the road, putting it through its paces, and taking you along with us for the ride. We do have an in-depth walk-around video of this vehicle, where we go through the ins and outs and demonstrate its many functions and features. So please do take a look at that. Very highly informative video. But again, this will be a test drive video where we're getting it on the road. You'll see and hear everything we see and hear. So please join us, and without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. $165,272 miles. Very clean on the inside. Folks, in my opinion, this was one of the best generation Toyota Camrys. One of the most reliable, longest lasting. And I see examples of this vehicle still on the road after 300,000 miles, still performing beautifully. Of course, after 300,000 miles, they typically don't look as nice as this one does, but this is your rare opportunity to get a lot of car for the money, folks. Under $5,000, runs beautifully, and looks very nice as well. You're not compromising anything on this vehicle. You're getting a reliable, long-lasting vehicle that's very inexpensive to own and operate, inexpensive to repair, and parts are readily available, both OEM and aftermarket. Air conditioning is blowing nice and cold. All original vehicle, completely stock. No blind spots due to the abundance of glass. Large side view mirrors. Very smooth running. You can barely even notice it being on. Transmissions shift so smoothly on these Camrys that you can barely feel them shift. Very smooth vehicles, and the 4-cylinder engine is completely sufficient and enough on this vehicle. You can keep up with all modern cars. Very smooth, very quiet, and a very low revving engine on the freeway, yet that 4-cylinder engine isn't screaming away at you and roaring at 3,500 RPM when you're going 75 or 80 miles per hour. Has very smooth gearing and very quiet and comfortable. As we come to a stop here, folks, I felt no shaking on the pedal, no shaking on the steering wheel, no shaking on the chassis of the vehicle, nothing that would indicate any warpage of the brakes or rotors. You do have cruise control over here as well, along with power windows and power door locks. You have a little digital clock right over there. Dual front airbags and no cracks on the dashboard whatsoever. Vehicle is quiet, feels, actually it sounds rather more like a luxury vehicle inside because it is nearly silent. You don't hear the outside world, you don't hear any excessive road noise. It doesn't feel like an economy vehicle, even though it is. I think the 90s were the heyday for Toyota, where they put many of their best products out. They still make great vehicles, but the bar has been lowered, folks. Toyota still is great and one of the top manufacturers of vehicles in the industry, but it's just that the bar has been lowered. Everybody else has come down in quality, and so has Toyota. It's just not as much as other manufacturers, but in the 90s, they really just could not do wrong, with the exception of a few vehicles. Early 90s Toyota pickup with the 6-cylinder engine had some head gasket issues, and there were a few little minor tweaks on a few vehicles that could have been better, but for the most part their product line was pretty indestructible and long-lasting. And now, after 20 years, 25 years, it is quite evident of how high the build quality on these vehicles were, and how beautifully they were made. This section of road, folks, has a lot of uneven roads, potholes, and rough surfaces. Puts the vehicle through its paces, and this vehicle is just gliding over these rough California roads like they weren't even there. Very smooth and quiet, very comfortable. I don't feel any rattles. I don't feel the vehicle pulling in any direction whatsoever. the next stretch of road here, we'll go ahead and make a complete stop and do a 0 to 60 pull going up this hill with the air conditioning blasting, putting full load on the car. We may have to wait just a few moments to have enough space to be able to get to 60 because it is a little congested here. But as you can see, we are at 0 miles per hour. We have some traffic coming up here to our left, so we'll make sure we let them get by. And we'll do this in just a moment. All right, folks. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. And we're at 60. That felt like somewhere around maybe 10 seconds or so. Again, going up a hill with the air conditioning blasting. Not ideal conditions, but we wanted to put full load on the vehicle to see how it can do, and did pretty well. You know, compared to modern vehicles, I wouldn't say that it's fast, but again, it's efficient and it's smooth and it does what it does quite well. Folks, if you've enjoyed this video, please do consider giving us a thumbs up and also subscribing to our channel. We really are concentrating on growing our YouTube channel, and we cannot do it without your help, so please consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing. If you also subscribe, you may hit the bell notification icon to be notified of all of our future videos. When we get a vehicle in stock first thing we do is snap some photos, take a couple videos of it, and we throw it onto YouTube. Some good California drivers over here paying attention. There we go. That's what stop signs are for. Again, we throw it onto YouTube, and you'll be the first to see it, whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or whether you're just interested in seeing our videos. Hopefully that's the case. We certainly do appreciate it. Going through these ups and downs on these hills, about to go over a speed bump. Sure, the vehicle will do quite well. Again, folks, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to utilize the comment section below, or you can call us directly here at the lot at any time at area code 916-765-7575. You can also find us 24/7, 365 days a year on our website, which is www.directauto.outlet.com. If you're watching us from out of town or out of state, we do also have nationwide shipping available and transport services available, so just inquire within and we'll get you a quote on what it would take to get this vehicle from our doorstep to yours. Trade-ins are welcome. Extended warranties are available. However, extended warranties on these older cars have lots of restrictions, and I'm not a big fan of them. I'm a fan of warranties in general, but not a fan of selling you a product that you're not going to get a ton of use out of or benefit out of. So on these older vehicles, I wouldn't recommend them, especially when dealing with such a vehicle with such a great reputation like these Camrys. So, folks, I don't think you'll need to lose any sleep over this vehicle. I think you'll be getting a very solid and nice car. As we make our way back to the lot, folks, I'll go ahead and take this opportunity to thank you for joining us and investing your valuable time, sticking with us throughout the entirety of this video. We certainly do appreciate that. We hope to have the opportunity to see and interact with each and every one of you in the near future. We'll go ahead and back into a spot and conclude our video. Thank you, folks, for joining us. We certainly do appreciate it and hope to see you all soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.